Water isn't just something you drink when you're thirsty. It's the foundation of every single process happening in your body right now. Your heart pumps it, your kidneys filter it, your brain floats in it, and your joints depend on it for smooth movement. But here's what most people don't realize. As we age, our relationship with water changes dramatically. The hydration strategies that worked in your 30s and 40s can actually become inadequate or even counterproductive after 60. Today, we're going to explore 4 critical things you need to know about hydration as your body ages. These aren't the typical drink 8 glasses a day recommendations you've heard 1,000 times. These are evidence-based insights that address the unique hydration challenges seniors face, challenges that can impact everything from your energy levels and cognitive function to your risk of falls and hospitalizations. By the end of this video, you'll understand why traditional hydration advice falls short for aging bodies, how to recognize the subtle signs of dehydration that doctors often miss, and most importantly, how to develop a hydration strategy that actually works for your changing physiology. Before we dive in, make sure to download our free hydration guide and checklist designed specifically for seniors, and consider joining our senior health community, where we share evidence-based health strategies and support each other in staying healthy and independent. Let's start with the first critical insight about hydration and aging. Tip number 1. Your thirst sensation dramatically weakens with age, making it unreliable as a hydration guide. Here's a fact that might shock you. By age 65, your ability to detect thirst can be reduced by as much as 40% compared to when you were in your 20s. This isn't a minor inconvenience, it's a fundamental change in how your body communicates its hydration needs. The science behind this is fascinating and concerning. Your hypothalamus, the part of your brain that regulates thirst, becomes less sensitive to the hormonal signals that normally trigger the desire to drink. Additionally, your kidneys produce less of a hormone called vasopressin, which helps your body conserve water and normally signals thirst when water levels drop. This creates a dangerous situation where you can become significantly dehydrated without feeling thirsty at all. Your body is essentially failing to send you the warning signals you've relied on your entire life. Consider Eleanor's story. This 73-year-old retired librarian prided herself on being health conscious and active. But over several months, she noticed increasing fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and occasional dizziness when standing up. Her doctor ran multiple tests, checking for everything from heart problems to vitamin deficiencies. It wasn't until Eleanor ended up in the emergency room with severe dehydration after a particularly hot day that anyone considered hydration as the root cause. She insisted she hadn't felt thirsty, but blood tests revealed she had been chronically dehydrated for months. The emergency room doctor explained that Eleanor's aging body had essentially stopped sending reliable thirst signals. What she had interpreted as normal aging symptoms, fatigue, mental fog, dizziness, were actually signs of chronic mild dehydration. After implementing a structured hydration schedule rather than relying on thirst, Eleanor's energy returned, her concentration improved, and the dizzy spells disappeared. She realized she had been living in a dehydrated state for months without knowing it. This is why the traditional advice to drink when you're thirsty becomes dangerous for seniors. You simply cannot trust your thirst sensation as a reliable indicator of hydration needs. Instead, you need to develop what I call intentional hydration, a proactive approach that doesn't wait for thirst signals. This means establishing regular drinking times throughout the day, monitoring your urine color as a hydration indicator, and being aware of the early signs of dehydration that have nothing to do with thirst. The practical solution is creating a hydration schedule. Start your day with a full glass of water before coffee or breakfast. Set reminders on your phone or use a marked water bottle to track intake throughout the day. Aim for consistent sipping rather than large amounts all at once. Most importantly, learn to recognize the early warning signs of dehydration that your body is still sending: fatigue, difficulty concentrating, dry mouth, dark urine, dizziness when standing, or increased irritability. These signals are more reliable than thirst for aging bodies. Tip number 2, your kidneys become less efficient at conserving water, requiring different hydration strategies. As we age, our kidneys undergo significant changes that affect how our bodies handle fluids. The number of functioning nephrons, the tiny filtering units in your kidneys, naturally decreases over time. Additionally, the remaining nephrons become less efficient at concentrating urine, meaning your body loses more water through urination even when you're already dehydrated. This creates what researchers call impaired water conservation. Essentially, your kidneys develop a leak that makes it harder to maintain proper hydration levels. You might drink adequate amounts of water, but your body can't hold on to it as effectively as it once did. The hormonal changes that come with aging compound this problem. Decreased production of antidiuretic hormone means your kidneys receive weaker signals to conserve water. This is why many seniors notice they urinate more frequently, especially at night, even when they haven't increased their fluid intake. Take Harold's experience. This 68-year-old retired engineer had always been meticulous about his health routines. He drank his 8 glasses of water daily and couldn't understand why he was experiencing persistent fatigue and muscle cramps during his morning walks. Harold's doctor explained that while he was drinking adequate amounts, his aging kidneys weren't retaining the water efficiently. The solution wasn't just more water, it was smarter hydration that included electrolytes to help his body actually hold on to the fluids he was consuming. Harold learned to add a pinch of high-quality sea salt to his water, include electrolyte-rich foods in his diet, and space his fluid intake throughout the day rather than drinking large amounts at once. He also discovered that certain medications he was taking for blood pressure were contributing to increased water loss. Within weeks of adjusting his hydration strategy, Harold's energy improved, the muscle cramps disappeared, and he felt more stable during physical activities. The key was working with his aging kidneys rather than against them. This is why seniors often need to think beyond just water intake. Your body needs help retaining the fluids you consume. This means including natural sources of electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium that help your cells hold on to water. Foods like coconut water, bone broth, and fruits with high water content can be more hydrating than plain water alone. Adding a small amount of high-quality salt to your water can help your body retain fluids more effectively. The timing of fluid intake also becomes crucial. Rather than drinking large amounts at once, which your kidneys may not be able to process efficiently, focus on consistent, smaller amounts throughout the day. This gives your aging kidneys time to properly process and retain the fluids. Tip number 3. Dehydration signs in seniors are often mistaken for other age-related conditions, leading to serious underdiagnosis. The symptoms of dehydration in older adults are often subtle and easily confused with other conditions. This creates a dangerous situation where chronic dehydration goes unrecognized and untreated, sometimes for months or even years. Unlike younger people who might feel obviously thirsty or notice dry mouth when dehydrated, seniors often experience what doctors call atypical dehydration symptoms. These can include confusion, increased falls, urinary tract infections, constipation, and what appears to be rapid cognitive decline. The confusion happens because dehydration affects blood flow to the brain. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker and your heart has to work harder to pump it. Less blood reaches your brain, leading to symptoms that can mimic dementia, depression, or other serious conditions. Falls become more likely because dehydration affects blood pressure regulation. When seniors stand up quickly while dehydrated, their blood pressure can drop dramatically, leading to dizziness and loss of balance. Many falls attributed to normal aging are actually related to chronic dehydration. Consider Dorothy's frightening experience. This 76-year-old grandmother had been living independently and managing her own affairs successfully. Over several weeks, her family noticed she seemed confused, was having trouble following conversations, and appeared to be experiencing rapid cognitive decline. Her adult children were devastated, fearing they were watching the onset of dementia. They consulted with doctors about memory care facilities and began discussing taking over her financial affairs. It wasn't until Dorothy fell in her bathroom and was hospitalized that medical staff discovered she was severely dehydrated. Her confusion, cognitive symptoms, and the fall that brought her to the hospital were all related to chronic dehydration, not dementia. After proper rehydration and establishing a structured fluid intake routine, Dorothy's mental clarity returned completely. Her family was amazed to see her personality and cognitive abilities return to normal within days of addressing the hydration issue. This story illustrates how easily dehydration can be mistaken for serious age-related diseases. The symptoms can be so convincing that families and even healthcare providers may miss the underlying cause. Learning to recognize these atypical dehydration symptoms is crucial for seniors and their families. Sudden changes in mental clarity, increased confusion, unexplained fatigue, frequent urinary tract infections, persistent constipation, or increased falls should all trigger consideration of hydration status. The urine color test becomes particularly important for seniors. Dark yellow or amber-colored urine is a reliable indicator of dehydration, even when other symptoms aren't obvious. Ideally, urine should be pale yellow or nearly clear. Another useful indicator is the skin tent test. Gently pinch the skin on the back of your hand and release it. If the skin takes more than 2 seconds to return to normal, it may indicate dehydration. However, this test becomes less reliable with age, as skin naturally loses elasticity. The key is developing awareness that many symptoms attributed to normal aging might actually be signs of chronic dehydration that can be addressed with proper hydration strategies. Tip number 4. Medications and medical conditions common in seniors can dramatically increase dehydration risk, requiring personalized hydration approaches. Many medications commonly prescribed to seniors have dehydrating effects that aren't always clearly communicated by healthcare providers. Understanding these effects and adjusting your hydration accordingly can prevent serious complications and improve your overall well-being. Diuretics, commonly prescribed for high blood pressure and heart conditions, are designed to remove excess fluid from the body. While this serves an important medical purpose, it also increases the risk of dehydration if fluid intake isn't adjusted accordingly. Blood pressure medications, particularly ACE inhibitors, can affect kidney function and fluid balance. Some antidepressants can reduce the sensation of thirst, compounding the age-related decline in thirst awareness we discussed earlier. Even common over-the-counter medications like antihistamines for allergies can have mild dehydrating effects. When seniors take multiple medications, which is common, these effects can compound significantly. Medical conditions prevalent in seniors also affect hydration needs. Diabetes can cause increased urination, leading to higher fluid losses. Heart conditions may require careful fluid balance to avoid overloading the cardiovascular system. Kidney disease affects the body's ability to regulate fluid levels. Take Frank's complex situation. This 71-year-old retired mechanic was taking medications for high blood pressure, diabetes, and seasonal allergies. He had been following general hydration advice, but was still experiencing frequent urinary tract infections, constipation, and fatigue. When Frank consulted with a pharmacist about his medications, he learned that his combination of drugs was significantly increasing his dehydration risk. His blood pressure medication was a diuretic, his diabetes was causing increased urination, and even his allergy medication was contributing to fluid loss. Working with his healthcare team, Frank developed a personalized hydration plan that accounted for his medications and medical conditions. This included timing his fluid intake around his medications, monitoring his blood sugar more carefully in relation to hydration, and recognizing that his hydration needs were higher than average due to his medication regimen. Frank also learned to communicate with all his healthcare providers about his hydration challenges. His cardiologist adjusted the timing of his diuretic to minimize nighttime disruption, while his primary care doctor helped him recognize the early signs of dehydration specific to his situation. Within months of implementing his personalized approach, Frank's recurring urinary tract infections stopped, his energy levels improved, and he felt more confident managing his health conditions. This illustrates why seniors often need individualized hydration strategies rather than one-size-fits-all recommendations. Your medication regimen, medical conditions, and even the climate you live in all affect your hydration needs. The practical application involves working with your healthcare team to understand how your specific medications and conditions affect your fluid needs. Keep a medication list that includes hydration effects, and don't hesitate to ask your pharmacist about the dehydrating potential of your drugs. Monitor your response to hydration changes carefully, especially if you have heart or kidney conditions that require careful fluid balance. Some seniors may need to increase fluid intake significantly due to medications, while others may need to focus on electrolyte balance rather than just volume. Consider keeping a simple hydration log that tracks fluid intake, urine color, energy levels, and any symptoms that might be related to hydration. This information can be valuable for healthcare providers in adjusting your treatment plan. Here's the overarching truth about hydration and aging. The strategies that worked when you were younger are no longer adequate. Your aging body requires a more sophisticated, intentional approach to staying properly hydrated. The consequences of getting this wrong extend far beyond feeling thirsty. Chronic dehydration in seniors is linked to increased hospitalizations, cognitive decline, falls, urinary tract infections, kidney problems, and overall decreased quality of life. But the empowering news is that with the right knowledge and strategies, you can maintain optimal hydration throughout your later years. This supports not just your physical health, but your cognitive function, energy levels, and independence. Start implementing these insights gradually. Begin with establishing regular drinking times rather than relying on thirst. Learn to recognize your personal early warning signs of dehydration. Work with your healthcare team to understand how your medications and conditions affect your hydration needs. Remember that hydration is about more than just water. It's about supporting every system in your body to function optimally. When you get hydration right, you're supporting your heart, brain, kidneys, joints, and digestive system all at once. Your body has carried you through decades of life, adapting and changing along the way. Understanding and supporting its changing hydration needs is one of the most important things you can do to maintain your health, independence, and quality of life as you age. Download our hydration guide designed specifically for seniors and join our community where we support each other in implementing these life-changing health strategies. Your future self will thank you for taking action today.